calls for more improvement of teachers' welfare. NRI conducts study on economic policies. Search on for new coach.
This is National MTV News with Miriba Tulo.
Thank you for joining us. This is Saturday's news. Tensions have escalated in Lae's Boundary Road suburb after members of the Sialum compound retaliated, burning several houses this morning. The fighting started 2 weeks ago following alcohol-fueled assaults of members of the community. One person has been shot. Further retaliations were prevented when police arrived and calmed the situation. It is understood high-powered weapons were used in the fighting. Women and children remain displaced. This is the latest in a series of clashes this year between various groups. Senior stateswoman Mary Caro says improving teachers' conditions could in turn assist improve the education system in the country. Mrs. Caro was speaking at the 21st grade 12 graduation of Gordon Secondary School in Port Moresby on Friday. She encouraged the graduating students to create opportunities for themselves.
Mrs. Caro, who is chairperson of the board of Edaranu, was guest at the Gordon Secondary School graduation yesterday, where over 200 grade 12 students marked the end of learning at secondary school level. With the graduation theme Learning for Quality Living, Mrs. Caro alluded to the vital role of teachers in ensuring quality education.
To help us in our plight to improve on our system of education, I would love to see more government funding into improving teachers' conditions.
She said improving teachers' wages and living conditions can improve their effectiveness in the classrooms and lead to greater productivity.
For too long now, our governments have not really recognized the need to change the lifestyles of our educators.
While PNG is still working on improving its capacity at tertiary level, Mrs. Caro urged the graduates to create opportunities for themselves.
Not every student, pupil or child will achieve academic excellence. So to encourage those that may not make it, you can eventually become what you want to be by creating an opportunity for yourself.
She acknowledged the current government for its efforts in injecting more funds into the Department of Education to ensure change for the better. Deli Waigeno, National MTV News.
It's the time of the year again when schools wind up the academic year and farewell their senior students at graduation ceremonies. The Sogeri National High School outside Port Moresby was no exception, marking its 46th graduation with the theme Explore Beyond the Horizon. Special guest at the ceremony was Kim Song-chun, the ambassador of the Republic of South Korea to PNG.
Despite the dry spell in Port Moresby, a few minutes drive to Sogeri, so the sky is open during the graduation ceremony. That did not deter the 289 graduating students who arrived in a procession. Parents and friends were also part of the ceremony that not only marked personal achievement for the students, but also accomplishment for parents. Other guests included Gogobe Maire, chairman of the governing council, his deputy, Parulu Kwarara, Mr. Exi from ITI, and Philip Summer, managing director of the Mineral Resources Authority. His Excellency Kim Song-chun said, "Persistence, positive thinking, and obedience are the foundations of success." He encouraged the students to resist temptations and not to take shortcuts in life. With the government's tuition fee-free policy and the increase in enrollment figures, the school principal, Kaiva Korombo, said the school's new infrastructure put up in the beginning of the school year proved to be an accomplishment for the school. Marilyn Diaukatam, National MTV News.
You're watching National MTV News. We will have more stories after this break. Don't go away. Welcome back to the news. 32 participants have completed studies on how to master economic policies and how it can be used to get a desirable outcome in their respective fields. The training began 6 weeks ago at the National Research Institute in Port Moresby. Tekla Gunga with this report.
The participants include public servants and those from the private sector. Adrian Kanau is a public servant attached with the Health Department in Port Moresby. The training gives him an understanding of how economic policies are designed and implemented in Papua New Guinea.
The program is mostly centered around the socio-economic aspects of our policies within the country, Papua New Guinea, and it's mostly focused on economic policies.
The Economic Policy Analysis Workshop course commenced in 1989 and targets middle-level administrators and those in management levels. Since 1989, the participants increased and involved more people from other sectors, for instance, the media.
What the course really does is it takes people through the process of policy making.
The graduation was celebrated in conjunction with the 25th anniversary of EPAC and the launching of the EPAC alumni. Tekla Gunga, National EMTV News.
The management of Ramoniko say the El Nino experience in the last 5 months has not seriously affected operations at its Kurumbukari mine. According to the management, the water level at Gagaya River is dropping, but its reserve dam is able to stabilize the situation with the required water quantity. The KBK mine is operating 3% short from reaching its 90% target. However, mine executive manager Meng De Jong says the prolonged dry season may impact its target to reach the 100% design capacity. Mr. De Jong says the mine is coping well in balancing water usage with its operation, employees and nearby communities. Many provinces are still yet to adapt and roll out the District Development Authority program. Gulf Province is the recent to undergo the DDA awareness by the Department of Prime Minister, NEC, Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs and the Implementation and Rural Development. The Gulf Provincial Administration has welcomed the DDA initiative but says challenges remain in implementing it.
The District Development Authority is the new approach provincial governments are adapting to improve service delivery mechanism. DDA captures 3 vital points: LLG managers, district managers and provincial administrators. These 3 points will be the key to link and coordinate public servants in the district. The Gulf Provincial Administration has welcomed the DDA initiative but says many challenges remain to get this program workable and see real changes in the province. Caretaker Emmanuel Xavier says public servants in the province must change their mindset to see a new wave of thinking and see development outcomes. Director of Reforms Ephraim Sukbat says the DDA brings power to LLG presidents to have a say on development projects and its process. Mr. Sukbat encouraged the Gulf people to have constant consultation with the DPLJ team so the DDA concept is understood before the province adapts to the new system. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. Trukai Sports is after the break. Don't go away.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Since arriving in Port Moresby on Thursday, the NRL's Proven Summons Premiership Trophy has toured the nation's capital. The trophy visited various locations around Port Moresby, accompanied by North Queensland Cowboys officials, including former Cowboy Brent Tate. The trophy leaves our shores tomorrow.
The Premiership Trophy has already travelled more than 15,000 kilometres since it settled at its new home in Townsville with the Cowboys. The arrival of the 2015 Premiership Trophy on Thursday marked a historical moment for rugby league in Papua New Guinea as part of the team's Phase 3 of the tour. The Proven Summons Trophy visited a number of locations today, including Waigani Central and Waterfront, where the public had the opportunity to have a feel of the prestigious NRL trophy. Former Cowboy Brent Tate, who accompanied the trophy to PNG, was blown away by the support Papua New Guineans have shown towards the Cowboys and the NRL.
I've always said PNG supporters are the best supporters in the world, and this last couple of days has only just strengthened that belief that I have, that your wonderful people love rugby league. It's travelled all through the north. This is actually the first time that the trophy's been outside of Australia, so to bring it to PNG has been wonderful. It's been exciting, and I'm sure it's still got a few kilometres left to travel around. Obviously, a lot of people want to see this thing, so it's only our pleasure to be able to take it around.
To have the trophy tour the nation's capital will boost the number of not only Cowboys fans but the NRL as a whole. Dion Kombang, National EMTV Sports.
To soccer now, and the Papua New Guinea women's national team will now have to look for a new head coach after Australian Gary Phillips resigned late this month. Phillips guided the women's national side to win gold at the recently held Pacific Games in Port Moresby. Shane Saroya has this report.
The PNG women's national side is arguably the best in the Pacific region, apart from New Zealand and Australia. Having won 4 consecutive Pacific Games gold medal in women's football and set their path to a home and away qualifying series against New Zealand for a spot at next year's Rio Olympics. But this is in doubt after coach Gary Phillips' resignation. The CEO and General Secretary of the PNG Football Association, Dimitri Milang, in a statement said she isn't sure why Gary Phillips resigned, but with the fixtures publicized for next year, they don't have much time to find a suitable replacement. According to Milang, it's back to the drawing board to find a coach, and it will be difficult to find somebody overseas. Otherwise, a local coach will be hired to do the job. The PNG women's team had been in talks to play friendly matches in Thailand and Australia later this year. But Milang says those plans are now put on hold. Shane Saroya, National EMTV Sports.
Port Moresby Soccer Association have taken out the Besta FA Cup with a 1-0 win over Lahi. The match was held in front of a packed Sir Ignatius Kilaga Stadium in Lae.
Carolyn Obi would captain her side against fellow PNG international Deslin Siniu in a showdown between PNG Women's Heavyweights, Port Moresby Soccer Association and Lahi. PMSA taking the lead early within 15 minutes after an error straight down the center of Lahi's defense. That goal creating a spark in the match as the level of intensity rose. Kesai Stephen in the midfield for Lahi, setting up a golden opportunity for striker Megan Gunemba, only for keeper Pauline Nusai to save brilliantly. Lahi's defense exposed again as striker Yvonne Gabong missed from point-blank range. And on the other side of the park, Lahi's Jacqueline Chalau squandered yet another opportunity almost immediately after. PMSA's Davina Noata staking a claim for senior duty with a threatening free kick towards the end of the half. PMSA utilizing their experience to take a 1-0 victory over a younger Lahi side, and that win comes as an added bonus considering that PMSA have not had active competition since August 2014. Jeremy Mogi, National TV Sports, Lae.
To the National Soccer League now, and Gigera Laitepo United FC have been in training for the past 2 weeks in preparation for the upcoming NSL season. The team, formerly based in Lae, has now moved to Port Moresby with hopes of making it to the grand final this time around.
Most of the players in the team are Port Moresby based, with many fairly new to the NSL competition. The team is made up of a mixture of experienced and young players.
Most of these boys are, 18, 19, 20 and 21 and a few senior boys to guide us.
They are prepared and are excited for the NSL season with the hope of giving a good run to the top teams in the competition.
We just got the boys together going for the last two weeks here. But we hoping to give the big clubs a good run this season.
The team will be cut down before the tournament kicks off. Bulk of the players are youths, and they plan to start up a development program to build a team.
We don't have the luxury of money to buy players, so I think it's better we grow our own players. So better to grow success than buy success. Yeah.
With short notice, they have managed to put together a young and vibrant team. Trainings have just begun over the past 2 weeks. Elijah Lavette, National MTV Sports.
And then in Strukai Sports, we'll have for you the weather details after the break.
Strukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours, showers and thunderstorms expected in Port Moresby, Daru, a few thunderstorms as well in Kerma, brief showers in Alatau and a few thunderstorms and showers in Popendetta. To the Momase region, brief showers expected in Ley, mostly fine and dry for a while, brief showers expected in Madang, Wibak and Vanimore. To the New Guinea Islands region, brief showers expected in Lorangau, Kavieng, Kokopo, Rabaul, Kimbe, and showers and storms expected in Buka. And finally, in the Highlands region, thundery showers and fog expected in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi, and Wabeg. And that ends today's bulletin, Saturday, the 31st of October 2015. On behalf of the MTV News team, pleasant viewing. Good night.